Hello, my friends. Joe Theodore, astrologer here, and thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you so much if you're a new, lovely face and soul out there who decided to click on this video. I hope if you enjoy parts of the conversation today that you can consider subscribing to the channel. And whoever is here watching, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, even if it's an emoji, because that really helps the channel's growth with the algorithm and all that stuff. All right, my friends, this is my last and final video on the Capricorn full moon. I would really advise you, after you listen to this talk today, to go check out the one video I made about a week and a half ago. I literally felt the downloads that were coming already for this full moon happened immediately after the new moon in Gemini. And I won't lie to you, I think the Gemini chaos, because I have very heavy Gemini placements, kind of has just made all of my mental and intuitive faculties really blow open, And I'm not sure if anyone out there who has Gemini placements has been feeling like this massive tornado of mental stimulation, overwhelm, but at the same time, maybe some really great ideas and insights. So for me, as soon as the new moon kind of concluded, I was already like, oh my God, this full moon is going to come so quick, which it did. And it's going to be here within 4 days. And Cancer season has already arrived. And I do think that there is something, well, it actually technically hasn't arrived at the moment of this video, June 17th. But Venus and Mercury are now in Cancer. And to me, in my weekly, I said, hey, we're going to already start to feel the start of summer. Like, it's going to feel like, oh my God, Cancer season's officially here. Like, this is the summer solstice. And if you looked at the weather, I mean, I'm not sure where you are in the world, but where I am in the United States, I'm East Coast by New York City. But a majority of my country, the news weather-wise is this wild heat dome, our first massive heat wave. And it's not even July yet. It's kind of rare for us to get massive heat waves on the East Coast up here, the Northeast, and most of the South. I mean, because of climate change and shit. I mean, the weather is just wild, But yeah, it's kind of incredible. Like, Cancer season didn't officially begin. The summer has technically not officially began, but because, all the news outlets are making it seem like we're in the middle of July right now. Like, oh my God, the heat. So this cycle, new moon to full moon, I knew was going to happen very quick. And I knew like this summer-like vibe was going to hit us really, really powerfully. And the reason why this full moon is so important is because Capricorn is a very serious and important zodiac sign. Capricorns love to feel important, and not in an egotistical way, but they love that their work and what they do is taken seriously. And everything that they do is important to them. And they're very mature. It's a very mature Saturnian energy, which we need in our life. As much as sometimes we want to tell Saturn, stop, leave me alone. I am tired of struggling and being patient and working hard. I just want results already. Saturn will be like, hey, if you really want this, you need to see it through. You need to put on your big boy or big girl pants and walk through the forest if you want to get to the other side and to the coastline. So Gemini new moon, we put major intentions into the ground. I think a lot of things on a very personal level, a very superficial level with our connections might have been amplified. I think a lot of people found love or things that they're falling in love with, even if it's ideas, things that are very intellectual, but also things that are, involving communication between people. And I also think this transition into Cancer is going to be ripe for a nurturing energy to come into one's life. And I think some of that is going to be bleeding in from the Gemini stories. Now, the full moon in Capricorn will be directly affected and a part of the story of Cancer, of course. And Capricorn full moons always have an element of safety and security and nurturing. And that always has something to do with something we must take serious in our life. So whenever we have these full moons or new moons, right, in Cancer or Capricorn, for example, because it's always the polarity, right, that happens. There's always an element of nurturing, security, safety, even things involving your home life a little bit, because Cancer brings that kind of energy to whatever house topic it's in for you. Same with Capricorn. Wherever Capricorn is in your birth chart, that's really where the illumination of this full moon will be activating. But there's other areas of our life that, of course, we have put into motion. And because full moons and new moons are in a constant evolution, the new moon in Gemini will be playing into this as well. So that's the only reason why I've been mentioning the new moon in Gemini. Now, this full moon is falling on the same day as the summer solstice, exactly. And I tracked backwards a couple of years, many years actually. And I did not see any full moons in Capricorns that were falling on the exact day as the summer solstice. So for me, this is an important symbol of the day that the light is brightest in the sky. We're also having the fullest of moons where the moon is brightest in the sky. So I think this is an amazing opportunity for revelation and foresight into seeing the nature of what must be taken seriously in that part of your life. And I believe that there will be positive insights that come to you and will show you the way, will show you the truth of a particular situation, a particular thing that you're working on, or that is just in your reality that needs focus. Now, I have some keywords here written down. Capricorn is tenacious, conservative, resourceful, disciplined, wise, ambitious, prudent, constant, hard worker, and builder. So we can use any of those very conservative, like to the book, very strict, very Saturn energies in that particular part of your life. And the full moon and the sun will be, of course, out the longest that day. So there is a lot of time to get things built, right? So the symbol of light versus the nighttime with the darkness, which is where the Cancer full moon would end up falling on. The fact that there's going to be this much light in the sky, and when we're dealing with Capricorn, which is a very driven, conservative, and very serious worker, serious, taking one's life seriously, taking one situation seriously, taking all situations seriously, whatever is going on in your life in regarding the Gemini new moon story, as well as whatever house topic Capricorn is in your life. Something will be manifesting for you. You probably already know what this is. And I think each and every one of us, no matter how spiritual we may think we are, no matter what connections we think we've made recently that could be beautiful, sometimes Capricorn energy wants to bring you some news that's maybe not so comfortable. And with this news comes a dose of reality and a dose of truth. Now, some of that truth can be beautiful, like, hey, you're on the right path, or hey, this connection you made is extremely important. You should work hard on keeping this going, And honestly, I think with a lot of the Mercury and Venus Cancer story, and then the sun will come in, summer solstice gets activated, the full moon occurs. This can be like, because full moons also reveal what's hidden, which also give you an element of truth, whatever that is. And I do feel that there is going to be this reconnection in an emotional way to someone, a group of people, or something in your life. That's why I said, if anyone has fallen in love, or if you've made any really beautiful connections during this Gemini transit, this ingress into Cancer, this continuation, is going to be like more emotional now, because Gemini was bringing us all into our heads, all into the mental, like meeting people, yeah, we're feeling and stuff, but again, it's all about the chaos of the mind and talking and superficiality and great ideas and let's make plans, blah, blah, blah. But then Cancer season comes and we have all these planets now. All the personal planets are just starting to flood into Cancer, which is a very nurturing and emotional, comforting zodiac sign. And that part of our life, of course, whatever that is, will be activated. So for me, I was saying a lot, like, hey, if anyone was meeting people, like dating or coming, if something was coming back into your life that was very, you just felt like, wow, this really is for me. Cancer season is going to provide that emotional connection. And I think this is like the part of the love story where people actually fall in love, right? But again, watch my other videos if you want a little bit deeper insights into this, into that, or in my weekly I just did. But the full moon in Capricorn is going to ask you, regardless of what's going on, is this something you want to continue building? Is this something you want to continue working on? Is this something that you need, to focus on with maybe less distractions in your life? Because anything that's distracting Capricorn energy will end up finding a way to isolate itself in a way. So we don't want that. We don't want distractions. We want to be focused on whatever is revealing itself to you. But to me, this is auspicious in a very positive way, because the summer solstice activating the full moon is saying that there's going to be a lot of positive insight, revelation, and things are going to make sense one way or another. And there's going to be a lot of opportunity for growth. And this is also a time for integrity, a time for taking your life seriously. So this would be my general forecast advice. And like every Capricorn full moon, I think there's an element of seriousness that kind of comes into the picture, even though the summer solstice really activates everybody's, fun. Oh my God, the summer's here. So it's actually kind of interesting that on such an activated, the sun is out more time of year, we have such a cold full moon story. So again, I think the symbolism from the zodiacal perspective of this is that the start of summer is a beautiful time and a fun time, an energetic time. Yes, the sun is out the longest. This full moon is falling exactly on that activation. But the lesson is hey, you still have things in your life you must take seriously. And anything that has recently happened to you, we want you to examine that. Whatever was activated during your new moon in Gemini, we want you to now examine that. Do you move forth? Do you need to figure out more ways of accomplishing something if you were working on something? Like, did you start a project? Did you initiate connections in some way with others, the Capricorn full moon will, one, start showing you the answer to that question, those intentions, and two, if it is going in a positive way, which I think there is some positive gems of wisdom in that, do you move forward on that, and how do you move forward on that? Like if you fell in love with someone, okay, great, now you're in love. You finally had said it to them, you know? But now you have responsibility to maintain what love actually means to the both of you. You know, love is a serious thing. So, because Gemini energy we could have really brought on some just very short-lived pleasure, you know? Like we just met some people and oh my God, like this is going to be a great summer, blah, 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 blah. Because we had so much Gemini energy. This is insane. Especially with Mercury and Venus. I know a lot of us have fell in love with something, even if it's a new idea, like a new philosophy, you know, but is it really the practice and philosophy you want to adopt in your life now? You know? So Capricorn kind of forces us, and especially full moons. Okay, do we want to work hard on this thing that is manifested? Right? Do we want this or not? All right, my friends. Well, that's all I have for you. Please go watch my other videos. One is my recent weekly. I talked more about this full moon, and the other one is from about a week or so ago. So definitely go watch those if you would like. And once again, please like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. If you would like to support me in any way, check out all the links down below, my teaching portal. If you would like to book a reading with me, you know, all of that stuff is down below. All right, my friends. Well, that's all I have for you. I will see you very soon, and I'm sending you so much love.